She thought that by having the professor add her to work with them, they would get upset and put some kind of obstacle in developing the text, but it was the opposite. They met at the university library, a common place for everyone, and she didn't have to do anything more than that. They contributed their ideas, creating the final result in 3 hours. Afterward, the 7 of them went to a fair nearby, where they joked around and entertained Sooha with competitions to see who could win the best prize at the stalls. Time flew by, and when they looked at the clock, it was 10 at night, the time they had to leave since they also had class the next day. After this event, the trust among the 7 grew, forming a deeply rooted friendship dynamic. This slightly annoyed Sunghoon as he spent a bit less time with her. The radical change in the behavior of the 6 boys made Sooha act differently. They started to behave as if she were their property, not allowing her to talk to anyone else. Initially, she thought they were protecting her, but that opinion vanished when they forbade her from seeing Sunghoon, whom she cared for. Luckily, they were unaware that they lived together. One day, they showed up at her house, ringing the doorbell. Sunghoon answered, and they angrily asked him what he was doing there. He replied that he lived there and returned the question, asking what they were looking for. He informed them that Sooha had gone shopping but would be back soon, suggesting they come back later. Ignoring the idea of leaving, they forcibly removed the boy from the door and entered, ready to wait for her. After a few hours, Sooha returned from the store and was shocked to find the 7 boys in her living room. Seeing her surprise, they explained how they ended up there. A few seconds were enough for her to start firing words like flames, making it clear to the group of boys that they should leave her house and never come back, apologizing to Sunghoon for their behavior towards him. 2 months passed since that day, and it seemed as if the 6 boys had never had a relationship with her, while her relationship with Sunghoon improved by leaps and bounds. One winter night, they were returning from university along a snow-covered path, chatting peacefully when they began to feel as if someone was following them. This was confirmed when the 6 boys appeared in front of them, blocking their way, shouting that if Sooha wasn't theirs, she wouldn't belong to anyone. Following that, they started to pull the girl away from Sunghoon and began to beat him up. In the heat of the moment, he found the strength to confront them and demanded they leave her alone. The fight lasted quite a while, filled with kicks and punches, until none of the 6 were left standing. He pulled Sooha away from there, and in a nearby clearing, they stopped to catch their breath. That was the moment when Sunghoon regained his memories and informed the girl that to stop those 6 boys, there was only one way. She had to bite his neck. Yes, he knew she was a vampire, and he hadn't said anything because he had fallen in love with her and felt that her attitude revealed the reciprocity of that feeling. Sooha cried tears of joy upon hearing this, but it was short-lived as he explained that the moment she did it, he would die again. This broke her heart, but there was no other option. She had to keep living, and he had to accept his fate.